Tonight, today, the U.S. Supreme Court ruling former President Donald Trump does not have absolute immunity in their highly anticipated ruling. Justices wrote that whether or not the former president can face criminal prosecution depends on if he was acting in an official or unofficial capacity. The decision applies to his federal case connected to the January 6th attack, but could also have implications right here in Fulton County.
And so let's get right to 11 Alive's Grace King. Grace, what does this all mean for the Georgia election interference case?
Well, like you mentioned, this decision stems from the federal case, not a state one like the election interference probe here in Georgia. But experts tell me it might not matter because this decision is going to set a precedent that will likely have Fulton County asking the same questions as a federal district court in D.C. Which alleged actions were in President Trump's official capacity and which ones are beyond the scope of the Oval Office. The U.S. Supreme Court wrote in its majority opinion that certain allegations, such as those involving Trump's discussions with the acting attorney general, are readily categorized as official acts. But other allegations, such as those involving Trump's interactions with the vice president, state officials, and certain private parties, and his comments to the general public, present more difficult questions. Much of the case here in Georgia falls into that gray area, says John Acevedo with Emory Law School.
We'd have to go action by action. For example, one that is likely to be deemed official would be anything to do with recounts. Unofficial would be the forging of signatures by the electors. The RICO itself would be an unofficial act, engaging in racketeering, not part of the presidency. So there's a few we can clearly call, but we'll have to see.
Now, much of that Georgia election interference case is on hold as the State Court of Appeals reviews whether District Attorney Fani Willis should stay on this case. The experts I spoke with say that outcome will likely have a much bigger impact on the Fulton County case than this Supreme Court decision. Live in downtown Atlanta, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
All right, Grace, thanks so much. And coming up tonight at 6, we will be taking a closer look at what this ruling means for the November election. And right now on 11alive.com, you can read the court's full opinion on presidential immunity. Just look for this headline on our homepage.